So I'm so glad you're joining me today. So I hope that you do find yourself a cup of something warm, whether it's coffee, tea, or even a little spot of bourbon or whiskey, what have you, or a glass of wine. So let's get to it. Welcome to Crowley House Flower Farm's YouTube channel. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little dried floral arrangement to set in your home or give as a gift to somebody today. Available on our website, we have the Farmhouse White. We also have available the Bright and Bold package, which has lots and lots of different colors. There's even some peonies tucked in there. We have a box that will be shipped to your house, and inside the box, you'll have this lovely bouquet of whatever choice that you chose. As you know, we had the Bright and Bold, we had the Farmhouse White, and the Autumn Bundle. Today, I'm going to work with the Autumn Bundle, so that's what I have here in my box. So in your box, you should have your wrapped bouquet, the choice that you've chosen, whatever color. They're all so beautiful. So that should be in the box. You'll have a little bit of twine to use, your vase, which I think is just the cutest. So you'll have your vase. It comes like this. And then you'll also have in your box this little cute scissors. How adorable is that? And more twine. So the rain has settled in here on the farm, and I thought, what a great day to kind of take you along and show you how to do kind of a dried floral arrangement. This time of year, the trees are starting to change color. There's just this beautiful mix of fall, the oranges and yellows, and the leaves are starting to kind of drift through the air with the wind, and it just sounds and looks amazing. So why not bring it indoors? So with these little kits that we are selling online, which you can find them on our website at CrowleyCHFlowers.com, Crowley House Flowers. You can also look that up. We are shipping these all over the United States. But if you didn't get one of our classes that come in the box, then you can do this at home with any vase as well. So in your kit, you will have this cute little vase, and all of everything that I'm showing you today is going to be applicable to any vase. You could find like a cute little vintage vase. You could actually put a little frog in the bottom of it. You could have kind of a modern style vase and do something really simple with it and just go forage around. So basically like turning leaves, like some of the beautiful maples. You can just do a big vase full of maple branches, kind of stuck maybe even in like a galvanized maple syrup bucket. Those are really cute. You can also do just, a vintage vase that you find at a flea market or one of your favorite spots to go antiquing, or maybe it's your grandma's like pitcher, like a pouring pitcher or something like that. So anything really works. So whether or not you have my bundle, this will be something that you can definitely do from home and forage from your garden. But in this case, I'm showing you the bundle that we have for what we've put together for our online class. So it'll come in this cute little unwrapped paper. use this paper almost as a catch-all, like a dustpan, if you will. It just helps. You know, drieds can be a little bit messy, and this definitely helps at the end. You can just wad it up and it doesn't get all over your kitchen floor. So the first thing that I'll do is kind of separate my bundle out into, it's almost like painting, you know, you want to put your colors together and so that you're not fighting with each other. This just kind of helps you decide what you want to use and where you want to use it. These are all things that will grow in our garden here on the farm in Oregon. So I just have some grasses. This is quaking oat. Isn't that beautiful? So fun. Just kind of hangs damp. It's really fun in the wind out in the field. Black Nigella pods. Super pretty. This one is the, if I didn't say already, this is the autumn bundle. We have some straw flower in this one, different shades of the oranges, yellows, and kind of a bright yellow. This is a native yarrow, which is a bright yellow yarrow. And this one, this fluffy white one. Cute. We have some grasses, and then this is a kind of a burgundy millet, just kind of fun texture. It's so fuzzy. It reminds me of one of those little caterpillars, you know, like inch long. Anyways, I used to love playing with those as a kid. Anyways, so I'm so glad you're joining me today. So I hope that you do find yourself a cup of something warm, whether it's coffee, tea, or even a little spot of bourbon or whiskey, what have you, or a glass of wine. So let's get to it. Okay, so just like in any floral arrangement that you do, you know, a lot of times you'll start with some sort of filler or foliage that's kind of gives you that base or bulk. So you can take these pieces apart even by pulling. You don't have to use the clippers, but sometimes it's nice to kind of get the bulk of the stem off. So I'm going to pull some of these pieces here at the end because I want that to be a little bit smaller than what I have. And I'm going to almost do a 3-point, a little bit smaller. So eyeballing kind of where you want it before you cut your stem, kind of like this. So like, okay, I know I'm probably going to cut it about right here. What's that saying? Measure twice, cut once. You do kind of want to apply that here, I would say. So I kind of want it to be a 3-point system, almost like a little triangle, so that it's, you know, crisscrossing here like that. So I'm going to use these little bits, so I'm just going to set them off to the side, and we will find a home for them shortly here. Now with this arrangement, I want to keep in mind that I'm going to have it on a table, so I don't want it super high so that people won't be able to see through it. So I've started with my crest, and then I'm going to just fill in a little bit with this guy here because it's so fun. I'm just going to try him here for a minute. What's kind of cool about these is they have these, like, the leaves themselves are really pretty and fun as a focal as well. So I kind of add those in. So don't discard those. Kind of adds a little bit of whimsy to the arrangement. So I've got my filigree things in, so that's kind of what that looks like. And you can make this as low compact as you want, or like I have it a little bit more airy, which that's kind of my style. Everybody has their own unique look, and this is the part that you don't have to follow me exactly. It just gives you a few tips for doing for adding it to this vase. So I forgot I had one more piece, so I added it in. I like that. I could probably just do something like this in a vase and it'd be kind of like a modern feel to it. Okay, so onward. I'm going to add in the straw flower, which is going to be kind of the bright pops that we're going to add to the arrangement. I would say that if you were going to put this on a table, you've got little kiddos that are going to knock it over and potentially ruin it, because that happens. You might even get some clear tape. So Joann Fabrics or any craft store would have basically a clear floral tape that you could use to kind of tape it down. You could also put a small frog or a weight or some rock in the bottom to give it a little bit of weight, but where mine's going, it's not going to be knocked over by a dog or children, so I'm not worried about it. So in just like a floral arrangement, you kind of find your little holes, your pieces that you want to add in your dried little arrangement. I still stick with that 3-point design. You can see me doing it there. A 3, a 5, odd numbers do better in the look of any design. This guy, working with drieds takes a little bit of patience too, because they tend to want to grab onto your sweater, fall out of the jar. So next I think I'm going to add my yarrow. This is something that if it's a little bit full, you can edit down, and what I do is just kind of pull out little pieces to make things smaller, so like you could clip that off if you wanted, so that it's not so full and bulky. I think this one will just snap where I want it. The yarrow in now. I put this piece here, and I'm thinking to maybe put one just a little bit higher here. We'll see how that looks. So if you were to look down inside of your vase, you would see almost like a crisscross effect of all your little branches, and that's what's holding it together. Just kind of creating almost like a frog, if you will. So I like how this, if you can see that, how this piece is kind of coming up tall. So I'm thinking about adding this just a little bit tall in this area here, just to give it kind of, we have the 3 points of interest. Yeah, I like that. Fun. Okay. So now I'm going to add in some of these little filigree white flowers that I don't know what I'm, sorry. I'll try and link it below in the video. I should know it. I should call my friend and ask her. Bethany would know. She has a big farm with lots and lots of dried flowers that they sell as well, and it's such an inspiration to go to her farm and see all all of them hung from the rafters of their barn, and it smells so good. That's the one thing about dried flowers is they do smell very, very good. Just kind of almost like the sweet, earthy goodness. You know, you walk into our studio with all of those dried flowers on the ceiling, and people are like, "Oh, this is so refreshing," especially this time of year. It's kind of fun. So I just want to pop these little flowers in and around as I see little holes. Kind of remind me of almost like little stars kind of popping through this. Little bright spots in the arrangement. But I want you just to be very creative with this and kind of do your own thing with it. Have fun. Enjoy that coffee or whatever you've made for yourself. And now we forgot one of these little straw flower guys. So we're going to tuck him in right, I think. This would be a good spot. Need a little extra something right there. Bringing that yellow out. Okay, so now we have this quaking grass, one of my favorites. Love it. And I kind of want to follow this line of this kind of going this direction. I'm not sure exactly how tall I want that. Like that. And I think I want them all to swoosh off to one side. You could technically do one on this side if you wanted to, but I think I want to do all mine coming off one side. I think it adds for a little more punch of richness to it. So this one I'm just going to pop in here at the top. Following that same line. That was fun. That makes me happy. Okay, so now I've got the black Nigella pods, and these again are kind of one of those things that's going to bring in some of that burgundy here and here. So I'm always looking at color and how to match things together. So I'm just going to pop these in similar to like how I popped in the white ones, just kind of sporadically around, just to kind of add in some of that deep burgundy richness. It's kind of fun. This little box of goodness that we've put together for you guys for fall is a really nice little gift as well to send somebody. Could you imagine getting this on your doorstep and, you know, on a blustery day and you're kind of bored or what have you, and this kit comes to you? What a nice surprise that would be. It's different than sending flowers, like the fresh flowers that somebody delivers to your front door. This would come in a box and kind of a fun little project for sure. I think, you know, any age could do this, and whether your hands work or they don't very well, I think this is an easy craft that for young or old. I don't like that there. Okay, we'll try it here. This is the front. Pretty sure that's where I want it. Okay, so lastly, I have my little millet pieces. These are super fun as well. They kind of grow wild around me. This is I believe a darker millet than what I have. This one. It's kind of fun though. I think again, I'm just gonna kind of pop those into almost a tripod. Scissors for this one. Tripod effect here. too about these little dried bundles is you don't have to water them. That's the best part. You can just make it, put it together, and voila. Okay, so now I have my little bits that we've been saving that came off. I think I'm just gonna tuck down here. Forget about the clock. Chiming. So what this does is just add a little more interest to the bottom. Kind of fills in some of those little holes, makes it feel a little more airy and fresh. And again, you don't have to get the stem in water, so it can just be where you want it to be. Okay, so I've finished arranging the flowers. I do like how it turned out, and I think this is going to be my front, looking at it from all sides. I like how that looks in this little oat grass that's just kind of swishing off to the one side, and then we have kind of these long tendrils coming this way. So in your box, you should have one big piece of twine and one small one. You can choose how much you want to use, or you don't have to use it at all. But you could also use just a cute little ribbon if you had some ribbon that you liked. You know, like some people like the checked, or I like just the plain jute or nothing at all. So basically, I want to leave myself a little bit of a tail, and I'm just going to wrap around the front. And I felt like for me, I like the base, but this just adds an element of rustic, kind of softening the base a little bit, making it unique. So I want to make sure I have my front here, and I want just a simple tie off to one side. I think I want it straight in the center. I've just tied a little tie here, cut that short. I like that. See how that just makes it feel a little more rustic, and that can just swivel any way you want it to go. I kind of like it there, I think. There you go. Now, to style it, where to place it. This is the fun part. Okay, we can stop there. so glad that you could join me today making this fall arrangement. Much success in all you do and create and grow. We'll be seeing you again shortly. Thanks for watching.